And we have finally made it to Friday, but at what cost? Nevertheless, you're watching Smell the Coffee with Dana Master and Aina Riza Quayo. One is bringing the color, one is just looking lovely in black. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a long week.
I feel like this week really flew past.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like the year is really going fast.
Oh no, we are living as soon as possible.
And yeah, I don't have anything to say. It was so fast for me. Yeah. But nonetheless, the weekend is always good. We welcome the weekend. We don't shy away from being ourselves and doing too much during the weekend. So yeah, last night I was at a beautiful event. It was the Heineken networking session. So basically what they do is they encourage you to stay off your phone.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so basically yesterday's topic was living without social media.
Okay.
And we were just having conversation about how long can you go without your phone? Not social media, just technology in general. And like only 3 people said they have gone like a day or 2 without any
phones.
Gadgets or anything, without being reachable. And it's because they intentionally went to remote areas to just connect. And one thing I learned last night was that we need to disconnect for us to connect.
And definitely.
Yeah.
That's why there's that phrase where once you start doing a little too much, people say go touch grass, like just to bring you back to reality. But talking about reality, this breakup of the century, Elon Musk versus Donald Trump. That is the breakup of the century. Mom and dad are fighting. So for those of you that don't know, Elon Musk is basically not coming at Trump. He is, what's the word?
He's just opposing.
Yeah, he's opposing and he's against the bill. The bill
as
that
he should, as anyone
Trump
with common sense should.
Yes. So Trump is saying that Elon knew about this bill, and Elon is saying no. The bill was signed overnight, that people in Congress didn't even have enough time to read the bill, right? And so now Trump said he is very disappointed in Elon Musk for his criticisms of the Republican policy bill, which includes many of the administration's priorities. He suggested Musk was upset that the bill removed a Biden-era electric vehicle tax break that benefited Musk's company, Tesla. Now, the back and forth on X is absolutely phenomenal to watch. Now, in a tirade of 24 social media posts, Musk fired back and claimed that Trump would have lost the election without his help. And Musk even went on to say that Trump is named in the Jeffrey Epstein files, which is why they have not been made public. So it's intense, to say the least.
One thing about Musk, he will tee us up.
You will tee us up. So it's one of those things where
you just have to sit back, relax, and enjoy
watch the drama unfold.
Yeah, get some popcorn. If you don't have an X account, now is the time to download X. Elon says a lot of things.
He says a lot of things.
He's a yapper.
He's a certified yapper,
as the Gen Z would say. But man, his concerns are not misplaced, in my opinion.
Okay.
We can't just. The thing about being in office is about being accountable to your people. And for you to be accountable, these people must question. Otherwise, how are you going to be accountable if there is no opposition? So Elon, I don't think he's wrong to say he's not happy with the bill. Everyone who's not happy with the bill should say they are not happy with the bill.
and speak out.
Even those, the senators, the ones, or the Republicans that are responsible, the lawmakers,
everyone.
these are things that you should review. You just don't make a decision because your boss is saying. No.
It's a democracy.
Yes.
It's not a tyranny. It's not, what's the word? What's the other one? There's democracy and then there's
kakistocracy, the one for military rule.
No, there's the other one.
Which
I'm forgetting the word. I'm forgetting. It's a very general word. It's a word that we use every day. But anyway. Yeah, I am curious to see how all of this unfolds because they were all smiles and they were all lovey-dovey. And now to see that, it's just very fascinating.
I'm not shocked. Like, all relationships come and go.
All good things must come to
people
an end.
People are in your life for a season, and it doesn't mean just because they are fighting, they are not good friends. Me and you can be friends and disagree. And it also doesn't mean that this is the end of their relationship. They can fight today and be the best of friends tomorrow. So it's fine, okay?
For me, it's just the fact that they're calling each other out on Twitter, like on X. That for me is very childish.
Just the president, you're going back and forth.
You're going back and forth. You have so much time on your hands.
Does Trump have, like, does he handle his own social media?
He handles his own X. Trump is he's Trump, man. He is Trump. I think I saw something way back. This is still to be verified. There's a picture of Trump's mom. I think she was saying that this is my son. He's what? If you were to get into politics, it would be a disaster. And it's like, well, look at where we are now. Oh, how the turntables. Nevertheless, we have some more interesting stories coming right up on Smell the Coffee right after this break.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Now on some more public feuds, DDG seeks restraining order against Hailey Bailey. Rapper and YouTuber DDG has filed an emergency motion to prevent the Little Mermaid actress Hailey Bailey from taking their 17-month-old son Halo on a trip to Italy. According to court documents obtained by People, DDG highlights concerns about Bailey's mental health and stability. He claims that Bailey poses an imminent emotional and psychological risk to their son, basing the claims on repeated and documented threats of self-harm. He reportedly filed the document on Wednesday, the 4th of June, requesting an emergency hearing stating that Bailey has made plans to fly out with Halo on Saturday. Additionally, he's seeking the court to prevent that from happening, stating that Bailey is not mentally well enough to ensure their child is taken care of and that he worries about what she may do should she leave the court's jurisdiction. According to a recent TMZ report, Bailey has filed with the court to deny the rapper's requests and is asking for permission to be granted for her to take their child to Paris as she has to go to work there. The custody battle between DDG and Bailey has been ongoing, with both parties seeking different arrangements. In May, Bailey accused DDG of physical and emotional abuse and filed for a restraining order. She later filed for sole custody of Halo, alleging that the 27-year-old rapper has a pattern of abuse against her and being uncooperative with parenting, including hiding their child and threatening to take him away from her. Now, the 25-year-old actress's request included supervised visits for DDG to be facilitated by a professional organization once a week for 6 hours while Halo is in Los Angeles. Bailey also asked the court to restrict DDG from taking Halo outside LA County, citing concerns about child abduction. Additionally, she asked the court to order DDG not to move with Halo without her written permission, to surrender any travel documents, and provide detailed travel plans if they do travel together. This included round-trip airline tickets, tickets, contact information, and an open ticket for Bailey in case Halo is not returned.
Why is a 25-year-old going through this?
Whew.
They're like, we really have to be cognizant of the decisions that we make for ourselves. A 25-year-old should not be going back and forth with a baby daddy in court and this and this. A 25-year-old should not experience abuse. Why is this happening? I just feel like, nah, it's too much for her to handle. And he's also 27. These are relatively young people. Like, focus on money. Yes, you do have money, your careers are blooming, but all this destructive path that you're on is, no.
And like you're saying, because they're relatively young, I'm not trying to say they're immature, but in a way, I kind of am. To say most of these decisions aren't necessarily made in the best interest of anybody. It's just a matter of pettiness and trying to
selfishness and trying to prove a point.
Yes, and trying to one up the other and trying to just make life hell for the other person.
And that's why I'm like, why are you going through this at 25? You are living in hell at the age of 25.
And not just that, you still have a child
You're
to
going
raise.
through a lot at the age of 25.
And you still have a child to raise. The only person that they're hurting is little baby Halo.
Yes. But nonetheless, let's move over to Kylie Jenner, who has publicly acknowledged undergoing breast augmentation surgery at the age of 19, a revelation that has ignited discussions about transparency and the influence of celebrity culture on body image. The admission came during the season finale of reality series The Kardashian, where Jenner conversed with her close friend. In a candid conversation, Jenner shared that she had the procedure before becoming pregnant with daughter Stormy. She expressed regret over the decision, stating, "I had beautiful breasts, like very, very good natural tits. Just gorgeous, perfect size, perfect everything. I just wish I never got them done to begin with." She further advised others considering similar procedures to wait until having children, saying, I would recommend anyone who's thinking about it to wait until they are done having children.
I agree. Wait until you're done having kids. Because the thing with pregnancy, guys, pregnancy is the pits, man.
Pregnancy changes you.
Pregnancy changes you. I remember with me, it was nice, and firm and perky. And then you get pregnant and they get so big. And then the minute you start, and then you breastfeed, they're so big. The minute you're done breastfeeding,
Everything.
just, and you're like, okay, well, yeah. So most people opt not to breastfeed, which I guess it's fine for you, it's your body. But then I breastfed for 2 years.
You?
2 full years of my life that I breastfed, because they always like breast milk is best for the baby, and the longer you breastfeed, the more your child builds antibodies and all of that. So yeah, and I know that if you get breast augmentation surgery just before you breastfeed, it's still gonna mess with everything.
Oh.
It will still, because now you still have the silicone implants. I think they say you can breastfeed, but then your milk supply won't be as much, because now you have these silicone things blocking your milk supply. I don't know. There's a whole science behind it, but what I'm getting at is you will still need more breast augmentation surgery after, even if you don't breastfeed, because pregnancy messes with your hormones, it messes with your body, all of that.
Well, I think her breasts are beautifully done. Like, she has the perfect
Set.
breasts implant ever, or surgery, or whatever it's called. She looks so good.
Will
She
you
has
ever
like
get breast augmentation
Nah,
surgery?
I'm not like into cosmetics like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were to get any work done, what would you get?
Nothing. I'm
You're perfect the way you are.
yeah, like I'm not
Love
that
it.
type.
Love it. Love it.
I have
'Cause
no
also-
desire to spend money on nonsense.
Yeah, because also the minute you start, You can't stop.
Apparently.
Yeah, and I don't want to be in my 60s looking like.
No, I
being
think I
nipped
would
and
get
tucked.
the Kris Jenner face. Maybe like
When
when
it's
I'm old.
absolutely necessary.
Yeah, when I'm old, I'll get the Kris Jenner face
When
because
it's
like
absolutely necessary.
I'm afraid she ate that face.
It ate and left no
So
crumbs.
those of you that want breast surgery, is it called?
Breast augmentation surgery.
Breast augmentation surgery. So Kylie recently told us what she has. So it's 445C under the muscle, silicone, and it was done by Garth Fisher. So find him and go and do it.
And I think he did it under the underarm.
Yeah, she said under the muscle something. I don't know what muscle.
No,
but
because with breast augmentation, either they go in through the underarm or they go in through the nipple.
yeah.
But you choose what you want to
Garth
do.
Fisher, you ate, sweetie. You ate with that breast augmentation on Kylie. It's such a beautiful, perfect set. But nonetheless, we are talking to Courage, the comedian, about the Savannah Comedy Hour and everything you need to know to get your laugh on. They say that comedy is a funny way of being serious, and today we are joined by a funny man. His name is Courage the comedian. He's here to talk to us about Savannah Comedy Hour. But before we get into this conversation, I don't know if I'm the only one. When I saw Courage's post on the 1st of April, on April Fool's Day, when he said, I'm quitting comedy, I don't know if I'm the only one who believed it. I don't know what about it was so believable. I even just forgot that today is April Fool's Day. I really took it to heart, and when I came to studio, I said, Diana, did you know Courage is quitting? And then Diana said to me, show me it's April Fool's Day, and I was like, it's true.
It's the art of deception.
Ah, man. But how are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now,
you.
let's talk about the Savannah Comedy Hour. When was it introduced, and what is it all about, this platform?
Savannah Comedy Hour was introduced beginning of this year by two gentlemen that I really appreciate because they are keeping the comedy spirit up. It's Venan and Acharub. They partnered up with Savannah Namibia to create a monthly platform for stand-up comedy, which they call Savannah Comedy Hour, which is always every first Thursday of the month.
Okay. So what's on the lineup? I know this event happened last night, but usually who is on the lineup for such events? Who have you had the pleasure of sharing the stage with?
I've had the pleasure of sharing the stage with a lot of comics, even upcoming comics. There's a big pool of comedians these days, like Wilbard, you have Slick, you have Acharov himself, Zita has been there, Lifa has been there, Big Mitch has been there. So it's like everyone who was part of Free Your Mind. I know if you knew Free Your Mind back in the days, and new comics that came after Free Your Mind, they are all there. So it's always like jam-packed, and it's always fun.
So when somebody leaves their house to go to a comedy show, what should they anticipate? What can they look forward to? And this can vary from different types of comedy shows.
Yeah, it varies from person to person, but one thing I guarantee you, when someone leaves their house, they will come back not sick, because laughter is the best medicine.
I love that.
So, people have different styles of comedy.
Yeah.
Some do slapstick comedy, some do social commentary, some do comparison comedy, but you know there's always variety, and the best thing is, like, this is Namibian comedy, so it's relatable.
Yeah.
It's things we go through every day, so I guarantee you'll be in stitches.
So what is the type of comedy that you do?
I do social commentary and I do comparison comedy. Like, I'm a Zimbabwean, I was born Zimbabwean, and I came here, so I called myself the Zimbabwean, which is half Zimbabwean, half Namibian.
Yeah.
So I mostly speak about how I see life in Namibia from a Zimbabwean's point of view. You'll be shocked at how funny it is if you step out and you look at it from the outside.
Yeah, awesome. So when you prepare for a comedy show, do you write new material for every show, or do you take jokes from last year? Maybe you made a joke and it didn't slap, it didn't land well, and then you bring it again to another event, or is your material completely new and written for a specific event?
They say a joke is never really complete. So you write new material all the time, obviously, but there are certain jokes that you said it, but after you said it, you realize there's so much more to it
Yes.
based on response. So you continue from there. You don't necessarily have to say it the same way. You take
You
another
just
route
add
because
on.
it's just the seed. The seed can grow, and it's like a plant. It has branches, so you can go
Nice.
a different way based on the topic at hand at that day. So some jokes you come and you modify it and you expand on it. Some are new. We constantly have to have new jokes because Namibia is a small population.
Yeah.
We can't be like South Africa or the States where you can have one set and you tour, or like a musician where you have an album and you sing the same songs the whole year. With comedy, you must always be on your toes. Every time it's new material.
Nice. So with, when you perform at an event that is sponsored by such a big brand like Savannah, is there an add-on pressure to it for you as a comedian? Do you feel, oh my gosh, I need to kill this, Savannah, maybe Savannah will pull out, or you are just like, it is what it is, I'm good at this, and I take the stage?
The brand is not the pressure like at all. The pressure is the audience. Because the audience that came to watch for Savannah is the audience that will watch you the next time somewhere. It's the audience that will go home and tell other people like, you need to be there at the next show because you're only as good as your last show.
Yeah, you're as good as your last show.
So the audience is the pressure, not the brand. I can get booked by someone else. I can get booked for a wedding. But that person who's there, Aina who's there, who's engaged, who wants to have a wedding, will go tell the husband, I enjoy that guy, I want him at our wedding. Then you get to come. So the pressure is always at the customer. The customer is king.
Do you get audiences who tell you what you should have said, or maybe you should have said this?
That's the beauty of comedy. Eh? That's the beauty of comedy.
Because
You
some
can have
people
a
sit
joke.
in the audience and they think they are funnier than the comedian,
Yeah.
and then they come, no, I really like what you did here, but you could have said this.
Obviously, you can never please everyone. Someone will be like, you'd have said it. Someone will be like, why did you say that?
Yeah.
It's just comedy.
It's
Like,
just
especially
comedy.
if new people who come to watch comedy for the first time, some get offended a little bit. Then you have to explain to them that, no, kucha, the deng is.
So how do you then navigate this offense? Because really, what is comedy is subjective, I think, in my opinion. What is funny to you might be offensive to me. So how do you ensure that you don't offend,
The trick is like the setting. If people come for a stand-up comedian, the MC already knows what to do, how to handle the situation, what to say, so to get people comfortable to know that this is stand-up comedy. It's not necessarily what we believe in. This is fun. There is fun. It's like guaraing each other. We remind them of school. Like, you remember in school you used to be guarad all the time. That's what comedy is.
Okay. And let's talk about why people should, why Comedy Hour, particularly the Savannah one, is a must attend.
It's the biggest comedy platform right now.
Yeah.
And it's something different. These days, like, entertainment is so limited, especially in Namibia. So limited. If it's not clubbing, it's going to a restaurant.
And smoking humbly.
And smoking happily, that's it. There is nothing. Comedy is like talking about social issues in a relaxed way. It's not always about jokes. You
Yeah.
learn something at comedy. That's the best way we can address social issues, is through stand-up.
Yeah.
So be open-minded. Go do something different. Go sit down, not to go just dance squares all the time.
Okay. 3 words to sum up this Comedy Hour. What would you say?
3 words to sum up this one. Fun, educative, and interactive.
Awesome. Let's talk about finally your upcoming projects, where we can catch you next and so forth.
My upcoming projects, I think I need to be back for that one because I have a show with Slick. I have a series of shows with Slick because this winter, me and Mr. Slick, we are doing a 2-man partnership where we are doing like a lot of shows to boost up the comedy industry back. So our first one is on the 13th of June, Friday the 13th. It's called Your Ex-Boyfriends. It's a 2-man comedy show which is going to be at the Village.
Oh, your ex-boyfriends.
You see?
I think I need to come to that one.
You need to attend that one because we are going to be talking on behalf of all the ex-boyfriends.
Awesome stuff. Courage, we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
We cannot wait to have you back here to come and talk about our ex-boyfriends and how we can attend that show.
Yes.
Because it's always good to step out. You know, life is so busy. It's good
Yeah.
to go and share a laugh with someone.
That's why they
Yeah.
say a joke keeps the doctor away.
Away. Awesome stuff. Courage, the comedian, everybody. You can catch him all over his social media. It's
Yes.
Courage, the comedian, and keep up with the latest developments in terms of his career, where he will be at. He will always tell you on social media. On that note, we'll be right back.
The week has been great. The shows have been great. Now it's time for us and for you guys later on to go rest, reset, so we can do it all again on Monday. Until then, do have yourselves a fantastic, lovely weekend.